this for a second. Well, actually, it's a small enough room. I probably don't even need a microphone. But, we appreciate you picking this breakout session to join us, and hopefully you'll find this session very informative. My name's Cliff Baker, and I'll be moderating the panel. Just by way of a short introduction, because I'd rather turn it over to the panelists and give them more time to share their insights. But by way of short introduction, I'm with a company called Methodology Services. I've got a long background, almost about 20 years now, in healthcare privacy and security. I ran PricewaterhouseCoopers security practice, healthcare security practice for a while, and then several years ago I started my own firm, which has been a fun experience, and I had the good fortune to work with health systems across the country in all different sizes and focus areas, and so it's really continues to give us good exposure in terms of what are the issues and challenges that the industry is dealing with. The objective, we are pretty, we have a specific mission here, at least at this conference, and that is to share with you a little bit of the industry's perspective in terms of some of the challenges and issues that we're dealing with. What is represented on this panel is decades of experience actually implementing and making privacy and security work within the halls of hospitals and health systems and health plans and other similar type organizations across the country. And these individuals, as I mentioned, have years, if not decades of experience in that area. So our goal is to help you understand a little bit in terms of kind of what we're dealing with, hopefully share with you some ideas about what has worked well for us, and be forthright about what challenges we continue to experience. I've got a couple of quick anecdotes just to lighten up a little bit, but also on a more serious note, kind of give you a sense of what we're dealing with. A couple of quick examples that I've had to deal with recently, just as in terms of breaches and the following investigations that have occurred. I have a client recently, and these are both real experiences, where a nurse was doing filters and searches for male patients with STD diagnosis, and the hospital alarm monitoring system identified the pattern of behavior and alerted the security folks, and they pulled her aside and said, what's the deal? Why are you doing this? As it turns out, she unfortunately had been recently diagnosed with an STD and was trying to identify the individual that may have given her the STD. So she was going through the records, trying to find an ex-boyfriend or person that had potentially been.
It's one way to
source. Yeah. So it's a little bit of
it's the
humor in that, but also a little bit of
it's the wide net strategy.
A small community, but just to give you a sense of kind of the challenges we're dealing with in terms of the diversity of individuals that have access to the record, in terms of the diversity of sophistication and understanding of what the requirements and rules are that each of us have had to deal with. I have another quick anecdote on a more sinister, in a more sinister vein. And this is a kind of a more regular occurrence than you would imagine. I have another client recently that they had a customer service individual that was pulling off records from ER patients and sharing that with a network ring, essentially that was essentially selling the data eventually up a chain through kind of an organized crime ring to